Today on the show...
It's my nerd thinking face.
Hey everyone, welcome to the IMDb show. I'm Tim Cash.
And I'm Carrie Doherty, and it is Thursday, April 5th. We've got a great show today. We've got Patton Oswalt on later, but first, Tim, what have you got?
This weekend, I saw A Quiet Place directed by John Krasinski.
Yes, stars him and his wife, Emily Blunt, a couple of amazing child actors, and it's about a family who's living in complete silence because they're being hunted by some kind of creature entity that hunts via sound.
If they hear you, they hunt you. Well, I got a chance to catch up with the cast in New York City to hear more about the film in their own words. John, congrats on an excellent film.
Thank you so much.
How is this movie turning the horror genre on its head?
This movie is scary and it's all those great things, but really at the end of the day, it's a movie about family and what family means and what would you really do for your kids.
Who are we if we can't protect them?
And also it's this incredible exploration of sound.
In a post-apocalyptic universe, who's gonna be surviving it, you or John?
I feel like John probably would do better because he's sort of more techie, and also I wouldn't know how to even change a light bulb. That's not something I'm any good at. I could cook a fish, couldn't catch one.
Fair enough.
I feel like he would probably fare better.
I'd have to say Emily, maybe,
why?
because she's very, like productive, and she seems like the person who would know where to go and know who to, talk to.
Who said you could talk to me?
I think it would be John, actually.
Okay.
Because he's actually gone through the experience. And I think even from The Office, where Dwight's always making fun of him, right? I think he's been prepared.
Well, I mean, in post-apocalyptic, I think we'd both do okay.
Yeah.
She's a pretty big badass, so probably I'd be really happy to have her protect me. But in The Quiet Place, no, I'm gone. Immediately, yeah. Cut! Awesome!
My guest today is an Emmy Award-winning comic with a ton of stand-up specials to his name. He's a superhero fanatic. He's the voice of Remy from Ratatouille, Happy from Sci-Fi's Happy, and the adult Adam Goldberg from The Goldbergs. And now he's starring in AP Bio on NBC. He is Patton Oswalt.
This is my class. Why can't I talk about safe sex?
Look, Michelle, this is coming from above, really, okay? And I think it's good that students feel how hard it is to have a baby. I don't have any babies, but I've been in a restaurant where one is screaming, and it's like, no. Hi. Good
Welcome
to be here,
to the
man.
show.
Thanks for having me.
Listen, AP Bio, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
High school is always a great setting for a sitcom.
Yeah, you know why? I was thinking about that because high school is such a almost lethally artificial situation in which you are at the height of your hormones going crazy.
Yeah, nuts.
And which is when you should be maybe left alone to go off and deal with this werewolf transformation.
Don't change. Don't change.
No, let's put you on display with a bunch of other kids going through the exact same thing. I don't know what maniac dreamed that situation up, but it does make for great comedy.
No, Jack, you do not want to get involved with a student council. Okay, it's the most toxically ambitious group of students all together in one room.
You have a great character in the show, Principal Durbin.
I get to play the principal of this high school who is, what's kind of sad and sweet about him is I think he really loves being a principal. He actually wanted to do this, and he's sort of become comfortable with the fact that I'm not the cool guy. I don't have the key to anything that's hip or forward. The only thing that we're allowed to say about condoms is that they are 2% ineffective, and everybody is watching you while you buy them.
Let's talk about stand-up for a second.
Yes.
You've won an Emmy and a Grammy for talking for clapping.
It's so amazing and surreal.
What's the biggest difference between the two, doing stand-up and acting, or are they very similar?
They're not similar, and I think that messes a lot of people up. And when I started out as an actor, I was awful. You're a monkey, dance monkey!
I like the fact that it took Charlize Theron, a young adult, for you to actually be like, you know what, I might take this seriously and get an acting coach, which is a true story.
Yeah, because I realized, I'm actually working with an actor, and if I'm not good at what I'm doing here, it's going to be embarrassing. You won Best Hair.
Did I?
What did you win?
I didn't. They usually give out like 15 of those, and only to like the same 5 people.
You know, a movie that I really love is Back to the Future. And I've always wondered, what would I say to myself to convince myself that I'm actually me from the future?
When I kiss you, it's like I'm kissing my brother.
So my question to you is, what would you say to this guy to prove to this guy that you are him from the future?
That is me senior year of high school with my super groovy mullet.
By the way.
And ladies, sorry, married. I would say, I know that you have a mixtape that you jog to that secretly has Madonna's True Blue and Debbie Gibson's Only in My Dreams on it, but seriously, discover the Beastie Boys before it's too late.
Sold.
Yeah.
How could you lie about that? Well, with that in mind, we went out and asked people to see if they could identify this young man and younger versions of other big stars.
Wait, I didn't approve that at all.
I think this yearbook photo belongs to Lou Ferrigno.
Justin Bieber's dad.
He's always playing some weird types.
This yearbook photo belongs to Steve Buscemi.
Here, here's your $4, you pathetic piece of shit.
The eyes, it's those I want to be crazy sometimes eyes.
This looks like the person from Scooby-Doo.
Barbara Streisand.
It's a dude? It's a dude. I have no idea. He has no upper lip, that's all I know.
Woody Allen.
Is this George Clooney?
I don't do that anymore.
Steal.
Lie.
He probably wasn't the most popular, maybe a little geeky.
I think this is a photo of me. No, this is Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther.
I accept your challenge.
I'm not gonna do good on this one.
I guess this is a yearbook photo of Ridley Scott. Paul Newman.
Well, looks like Vladimir Putin.
Maybe Steven Spielberg?
My friend here thinks it's fine the way it is.
Boy, look at him being all visionary out in the distance. That's pretty rad.
I think this yearbook photo is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Is it The Rock?
The Rock Johnson.
Woman, I am the cavalry.
I'm glad he doesn't have his mustache anymore.
I think this yearbook photo belongs to Rodney Dangerfield.
Robin Williams. Is that Chris Farley?
It kind of looks like my dad in high school.
Doesn't that kind of look like Robin Williams? It's slimmer, but it's Patton Oswalt.
How about that? Very sexy, very macho.
Patton Oswalt with a mullet.
Well, that was humbling. I needed it. Thank you so much.
I don't know if you knew your work.
Thanks for nothing, Hollywood. Please.
One thing that we haven't had a chance to talk to you about is your incredible love for comic books and superheroes,
Yes.
right? So we're going to put it to the test.
We're going to list off some high school yearbook superlatives, and you're going to assign a superhero to them.
Oh, okay. Let's do it.
Most useless superpower.
I don't disrespect Aquaman, but talking to fish. What are fish going to tell you? Also, fish have a 5-second memory span. I'm Aquaman, I need to know what's going on in the surface. Great, who are you again? It's useless.
You say a word about this, you'll meet every prawn I know.
Best superpower.
Nightcrawler's teleportation. That is my dream superpower. Just go wherever you want.
You don't like to fly, do you?
Because you know why I wouldn't like to fly? Here's why. Even if you could fly, wouldn't you be constantly worried that that power would go out?
Who has the greatest origin story?
Oh God, Batman. He could not have suffered a more traumatic event. The idea of, I'm going to completely surpass this horribleness by dressing up like a flying rat and beating up criminals. I mean, there's something so insane about that.
Guy dresses up like a bat clearly has issues.
Best super suit.
Ooh.
Well, we need a cutaway of all your noises that you make every time. Ooh, yeah. Go on, the best super suit.
And put like Cinemax softcore music under it. Oh God. Ooh, oh man. This isn't a super suit, but I love the trench coat style. The original Golden Age Sandman, The Question, you know, Rorschach.
You like the creepy.
He could very, very easily be a sex offender, but he happened to be a superhero.
That's the look you go for. Okay. We actually went out on Twitter to get your fans to send in questions.
Huge mistake.
At Laramie Williams asks, I feel that every Marvel and Star Wars movie that comes out puts us one step closer to seeing your filibuster on Parks and Rec become a reality. How does that make you feel?
And that's when Han drops Chewbacca's severed head onto the floor. Yes, in front of all the Padawans.
It makes me feel excited and maybe guilty. Like, as fun as it was to do that rant, that would be a terrible film.
I gotta do a Marco Rubio, can we please cut?
All right, at Barry Painful asks, how many times did it take you to nail that bot bitter butter tongue twister?
Okie dokie, Principal Durbin, here are your daily announcements.
Thank you, Helen. Betty bought butter, but the butter was bitter, so Betty bought better butter to make the bitter butter better.
That took me about 5 takes. It's a vocal warm-up for actors. Oh!
Do it.
All right, so here we go. Betty Butter had some butter, but she said this butter's bitter. If I bake this bitter butter, it would make my batter bitter, but a bit of butter, but that would make my batter better. So she bought a bit of butter, better than the bitter butter, and she baked it in her batter, and the batter was not bitter. So it was better. Oh,
so close!
Barry Painful's gonna love that,
Barry
though.
Painful's gonna really love that. And that was Very Painful.
Patton Oswalt, everybody!
We'll be right back.
What are you watching at the moment?
I am neck deep in a show on Hulu called The Looming Tower. It's about how we got to 9/11. It is so fascinating and genuinely horrifying.
What I need you for is to figure out what happens next so we can stop it.
The other thing that I'm doing, I was going to save up the whole new season of Ash versus the Evil Dead. And I had a moment of weakness just, and I watched the first, I think, 3 episodes. It's so good. Bruce Campbell's character, they somehow made him even dumber.
You know they were Jewish, right?
I did not.
I didn't think they could do that, and they pulled it off.
Nice. What are you up to?
I think everybody should be watching the Queer Eye reboot.
You got this.
I just feel like it's something we all need right now. Like Queer Eye, there's something very uplifting and sweet.
God, I don't even know where you'd wear that.
You guys went for TV shows. I'm gonna go for movies. You Were Never Really Here. This is Joaquin Phoenix playing a veteran, and his role is to go find missing girls. And I've heard it's brutal, it's really intense. So like, I'm sold.
After the tone, please leave a message.
It's done.
That almost sounds like the classic movie The Searchers or Taxi Driver, where I'm going to save missing girls, but this is way more about him than about them.
Patton Oswalt, thank you so much for being here. Such a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
You're so much fun. Everyone at home, AP Bio airs Thursday nights at 8:30 p.m. on NBC. We're gonna see you all next week, but in the meantime, here is our trailer.
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
Okay, what do you want? You want money? Say whatever you want.
Oh, well, that is a very poor choice of words.
You want to see another trick? Come on, just humor me. It's a new one I'm working on.
Strange. It sounds like howler monkeys.
Do you smell gas?
A little bit came out, but I was nervous. That's just a quick one.
No, that's,
Have a look around. You're perfectly safe.
That's safe?
As long as it's fed.